I saw my dad over Thanksgiving after 3 years of not speaking to him, and something happened that surprised me. I wasn't angry. I wasn't reactive. I wasn't waiting for an apology or replaying old hurts in my head. I just saw the man in front of me, his limitations, his gaps, his sincerity, his humanity. My dad was not a monster or malicious or manipulative, but he was an imperfect man from a generation that did not have therapy, didn't have trauma language, didn't have emotional education, and certainly didn't have TikTok explaining his nervous system. He never learned to read because he has some comprehension disabilities, and I often made myself feel better about his lack of effort to have a relationship with his daughters by telling myself that he was autistic and or neurodivergent, because he was an out of sight, out of mind dad. I've lived away from our town for 26 years and I've gone to visit him every year, but he would never ever make the effort to come visit me. And that hurt. He never really made an effort to reach out and connect, but he was always happy to connect when I made the effort to reach out to him. He was disconnected. He struggled with communication. He dropped the ball as a dad, but he wasn't unsafe. And I'm so glad I can see the difference. Because as you heal your trauma, something shifts. You stop needing your parents to be the fantasy version you imagined that they should have been. And you start accepting the real version of who they are, who did the best they could with the tools they had. Now, let me be clear. If your parents were abusive, if they made you feel unsafe in your own home, physically harming you, sexually harming you, criticizing you all the time, controlling everything you did, not allowing you to be your authentic self, then you have every right to walk away. But if your parent was just human, maybe they were neurodivergent, maybe they had complex PTSD, maybe they had an attachment wound that they didn't even know existed, maybe they loved you but failed in your eyes because they didn't have the skills to repair, to connect. And that doesn't necessarily make them toxic, but it does make them a product of generational trauma. And healing gives you new eyes. Healing lets you say, I see your humanity. I see your limits. I see your heart, and I'm choosing compassion. Not because you earned it perfectly, but because I no longer need you to be perfect in order for me to feel whole. And that's what generational repair looks like. It's messy and it's imperfect, but it is real. And I would love to help you heal your trauma with a coaching call, with our online trauma course, or with our Trauma Queen retreats at my farm. Let's heal together.